All right, so today we're going to talk about Greenville Labs. Jim mentioned a few minutes ago about what we're doing here. And I just kind of want to highlight what it is we're actually doing and maybe inspire some of you guys to come help us, contribute back to this community. Because Hack Greenville Labs basically is the technical heart of Hack Greenville itself. Um, about me a little bit. My name is Bogdan Kharchenko. I'm a husband. I'm a father of two kids who are, supporters of me being here. My wife. Thank you for her for taking the time out to be with the kids. I am a Laravel developer by trade, and I've been in the Laravel world for about 10 years, and that's kind of like my bread and butter. And I'm fairly new to Greenville, and I've been here since 2022. Came here from Philadelphia after living for 25 years. And one thing I will say, when I moved here, I was looking for a community to be part of, and I was genuinely surprised by the amount of tech kind of like people here. And I lived in Philadelphia. I went to like numerous events, and I still think in this room there's more people at like a technical meetup on any given quarter than in Philadelphia. And especially if you look at our events calendar on HackGreenville.com, it's surprising to me how much stuff is actually happening. So after I moved here, I discovered Hack Greenville, and immediately, what drew me to it is I kind of knew the language that the application was written in, and I immediately became a Hack Greenville Labs contributor. And shortly after that, I also became the Hack Greenville community member. So me, Pam, and Eric are on the Hack Greenville committee. So if you guys have any suggestions in general, just feel free to bring them to us. And just last year, we restarted the Upstate PHP meetup. So that has been a PHP meetup in the Upstate South Carolina here for, I want to say 10 years or more. That kind of died off during COVID. So we rebooted that. If you guys are into PHP or if you want to learn about PHP, go to upstatephp.com, and we'll post our next event there. All right, so what's Hack Greenville Labs? I kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier, but our main purpose is to really support the Hack Greenville ecosystem, which includes the website. It includes basically the maintenance of this website, the design of this website, web hosting, and one of the other things that we really kind of focus on is organization discovery and event discovery, right? So we want to be the place where you come in and you find the organization that fits you. You like Ruby, you like Linux, you like whatever it is. You want to find that organization. And then on top of that, what we end up doing is, we fetch events from meetup.com, Eventbrite, Luma, and other sources into like a centralized way for you to be able to see this in one place. That's really the main key here. The other part of it, we also have public APIs. So if you have a website that you want to consume some of this information, if you want to say like, what are the organizations in Greenville that are like active, you can easily create your own little programming script or whatever you want to do to pull that data in. And Hack Greenville Labs itself, serves as a bit of like a mentorship for developers. So if you're just getting out of school, this may be a great way for you to interact with a production ready application. Yeah, we're not doing 100 million transactions or something a day, but it is something that we have tests for in our GitHub Actions, and we have a deployment, we have a staging server. So there is some nuance in there that is good exposure, especially if you're coming out. But if you're a senior person, you could be the person mentoring someone else, code review or giving suggestions and so on and so forth. So everything that, Hack Greenville Labs didn't happen because I came to Greenville in 2022. There's a huge list. It goes longer, but for the sake of the slide, I kind of narrowed it to these people. But a lot of people that came before me have contributed, kind of to touch up on what Jen said a few minutes ago. They left a legacy, and they moved on with their life. And some other people came in and took over. But we really want to be bringing more people here and making sure that people are able to contribute locally to open source and to HackGreenville labs. All right, so I just want to do a quick rundown of like our active projects. And HackGreenville.com, have many of you guys interacted here with HackGreenville.com? All right, if you don't know what it is, I have it pulled up. It's this website right here. It's a little bit dated. We'll talk about that later. It's using like Bootstrap and all this other geeky stuff. But the main point of this website is HackGreenville.com. You go to like the organizations tab. You can see all the organizations in your area, whether they're active. Say you like, I guess let's just find HackGreenville. You can see, their like meetup.com event page, when it was founded, and so on and so forth. You can also see like the event calendar, and this is what I was saying. We aggregate events from different sources, and if you go here, you see events from Meetup, you see events from Eventbrite, across different organizations. So if you really want to find an event, instead of going to meetup.com, you can come here and say, well, I have a free Thursday evening on the 17th. Like, what's there to do? So that's basically the purpose of it. And then also, we recently created a feature where you could basically say, well, I'm interested in Upwise, Women for Programming, for software engineering. You can subscribe to this calendar and you'll get updates fed into your phone, so like in your phone app. But basically, this is the entirety of the website. There's a few other pages here, talking about HackGreenville Labs, HackGreenville Nights, which is today, just about us, contact page. There's also a join Slack page. I'll talk about that later too. But if you want to be part of our Slack channel, you need to go to this website, fill out this form, and you can join Slack. So anyway, as I said, we basically have this front-end website, HackGreenville.com, and we're trying to make sure that organizations are discoverable, and we maintain this list. So actually, Jim here is maintaining this, and and the rest of the HackGreenville committee, and we want to be able to provide this information, to people. We just want to make sure that when the Linux meetup group is meeting, that people are able to find it. Another product that we have is called the Slack Events Bot, and basically it's does everybody know what Slack is? Yes, cool. So if you go into Slack, in the HackGreenville Slack, for example, there's an events channel, and we periodically post events for the upcoming week. We also have the Map Layers API, and they're basically data mappings of various things like, maybe the trolley stops around Greenville, and they're also open data. So if you want to integrate with that information, there's basically curated data sets via Google Sheets that we import, and we provide an API endpoint. So if you want to do something, or if you want to build an app based on location data, we have that available. Needless to say, this project, Map Layers API, does need some attention. So if you are into data mapping, we would welcome that. So our kind of roadmap, we want to increase a little bit of like social media presence, whether it's posting events on social media. We want to be able to reimagine our website. It's a little dated. We want to make sure the user experience is great. We want to enhance some infrastructure automation, like the continuous deployments, and so on and so forth. We also want to integrate with other event platforms as they come up. We also want to improve the Slack bot that I mentioned a few minutes ago, potentially converting it into another platform. This meetup replacement point that I have here, it occurs to us that a lot of people are hindered by the cost of meetup.com. You got to pay for this. And, we could potentially offer a way for all of these organizations in our community access to be able to post their events on our website and have people RSVP to them and so on and so forth. So obviously that's not a small feat. So if you are interested in that, that would be awesome. And obviously, we're also interested in hearing your ideas. So if you think that we're lacking something, which is probably true because I'm stuck in this perspective. But as an outsider, you're like, hey, if you could guys do this, or maybe if I can get an email digest of these events, that would be even better. So things like that, we would appreciate your feedback. How to get involved? I mentioned earlier there's this join Slack button on our HackGreenville website. If you go there, sign up, you'll get an invitation to join our Slack channel. There's a HG-Labs channel. You can also attend our HackGreenville Labs events. So there are separate events from these events. Sometimes they're on Zoom, but usually there's like a couple of people just getting together and doing a bit of a game plan of what we want to do. Attending events, obviously, go to these events, find like-minded people that, that kind of inspire you to do all this other stuff. Share your experience at meetups. Like, I don't know, if no one's aware, if many people are not aware of HackGreenville itself, just let them know what it is. Use our platform to promote, to build some sort of application, and maybe on your website show the events that are in the area. And like I said, suggestions on how we can improve. So yeah, get started today, hackgreenville.com. We also have a GitHub organization called HackGVL. So check out, we have a couple of repos there. Join our Slack. And that's about it. Thank you. Let's build something together in Greenville. Thank you, guys. Yeah, any questions? I'll take questions. All right.
What is your favorite meetup?
Upstate PHP doc.
What is your favorite meetup?
What is my favorite meetup? It's a good question. So I will say I have 2 kids and I have a wife, and I don't get out much. But I do run the Upstate PHP meetup, and it's a pleasure to do it. One thing that I'm surprised about, actually, to this day, we have people coming from Atlanta, Charlotte, Tennessee, Columbia, South Carolina. There's a lot of people attending these events, and one of the reasons why I got involved in the whole meetup organization game is, COVID killed a lot of this in-person meetups. And when I came here, I was like trying to get out. And I went to one of these HackGreenville nights. I went to another meetup. It was actually a bigger conference in another state. But when I got back, I was like, man, I really want to see people. Right, and when we kickstarted Upstate PHP again, what I was surprised about how many people showed up from like 2-3 hour drives. We had people fly in from Wisconsin, we had people fly in from Philadelphia, just to hang out with some of the people in this area. And part of the reason is, some of the well-known, I guess, people in the PHP world. They all live like in Atlanta, Charlotte, North Carolina. We have 2 here, and maybe even more in the Greenville area. So like, these are like big names in the PHP community. So it was really nice to get together. And, I think, that is a thing that I want to, do moving forward is, do more in-person events. Like a lot of these Zoom events are great, but you don't have that little bit of chit chat during intermission and getting to know each other. So I encourage people to get out. I encourage people to use this website. If you don't want to use it, that's fine. Go to meetup.com or some other thing. But I think you guys made the right choice today by coming here for sure. So that's that. Good question. All right, cool. Thank you, guys.